Good evening, folks. Bitcoin flying high again. Is this finally the end of the nightmare, or are we about to be disappointed once again? Spoiler alert, I actually do think that this one has some potential to be sustained, but we're going to get into the reasons why in just a moment. First of all, let's just remind ourselves of where exactly we are, because it has been a pretty interesting day, a return to volatility that we haven't seen in quite some time. Currently trading at a price of $92,300. This would have been very exciting, very bullish, even just yesterday, but currently not actually the best possible situation we could be in, because just earlier today we were up at $94,800, $827 here on the Coinbase spot chart. Couple of things to look into here. I'm going to get into the reason why in just a moment. I think that this actually does have some potential to be sustained, despite this short little blip in proceedings that we've just had, this small 3.5% drop today since we put in that high at 94,800. Currently, to current prices, 2.3%. But there's a couple of things to look at here. So first of all, technically, just by a few dollars, we are now in an uptrend since this bottom that we put in back on the 21st of November. Okay, uptrend defined as a period of the market putting in consecutive higher highs and higher lows. Okay, if we mark out the low here, then we can mark out the high here, higher low here, and then just now, just by a very small margin, a slightly higher high. So technically an uptrend since the lows that we put in back in November. That is a good thing. The second thing to point out here is, of course, we cannot deny the fact that we've just slipped about 3.5%, about 2.3% on the day. Why has that happened? It's the same reason that it always does. Okay, the same reason that we saw coming time and again, the same reason that we saw coming back here, the same reason that we saw coming back here. This was a very rapid one, though. Judgment was served very quickly on this move back on the 29th of December. But that is, of course, long liquidations, right? People jumping in with long leverage on the move. A slight pullback means some of those positions become liquidated. That means the exchange sells Bitcoin. It sells out those positions to get the traders out of those trades, because they are trading with money that isn't theirs to lose. And as such, that is forced selling on the market. That's supply dumping onto the market. And when supply increases, particularly when it increases suddenly and demand can't come up to match that, prices go down. That is simple dynamics of supply and demand. But this is where things get interesting, because if we just quantify that, right, over the last 12 hours, we have liquidated about $240 million worth of long positions. And over the last 4 hours, it's about $186 million worth of long positions. Okay, that is this move happening here, right? This down move since we broke the highs earlier today. But if we look at the way the liquidation map is panning out right now, what we're actually seeing is something pretty unusual, because currently, at least at the time of recording this, we're looking at ultimately at even price spreads, about $2.34 billion worth of short liquidation risk in the market versus about $1.08 billion worth of long liquidation in the market, long liquidation risk in the market. Usually you would expect the exact opposite on a move like this. Now, of course, right now we are moving down. So yes, people are piling in short term on those shorts, because they always do. But what was interesting to me watching this move unfold yesterday is I didn't see this pattern flip. Okay, yesterday when we were making that up move, it looked like the type of situation where we should be seeing just a lot more long leverage entering the market at those prices, which leads me to believe that some of this, at least a good portion of this, has been spot led. And at least for where we are right now, okay, making a little bit of a recovery from this down move. And I'm talking about pretty short term, pretty granular. Let's get rid of that. I'm talking about this move right here, literally right now as we're bouncing. Okay, not so many leverage longs jumping in on that just yet. There's definitely a lag on this. But my point is, if we're looking at this over time, what I've seen on this move up has been less of the kind of wild jump in long side liquidation risk that we're used to. And that might be part of the reason why we're not actually falling so hard right now. Okay, yes, I guess, in a nominal term, right? This is a move down that we've been pretty familiar with, right? In terms of the size of that, similar to back here on the 29th of December. But what happened on the 29th of December, that we'll call it a 3% move down. Let me just verify that for you. Yeah, 3.8%, 3% was the main meat of it. That happened after exactly the same size move to the upside. What we're seeing now is a pretty relaxed move to the downside after some nice upwards price action over the last few days, right since the end of December. Okay, and in total, that equates to about 8.35%. Particularly as this was happening yesterday, right, during these candles here, I was not noticing a huge amount of long side leverage piling in. And that might be why we're not seeing quite so many long side liquidations on this move down. And that gives me some hope for the continuation of this. That comes with a big caveat of, obviously, all of this can change. I would be less surprised if, unfortunately, we returned to the norm. But at least calling it as I see it right now, I mean, in the moment right now, there are more shorts to be liquidated at prices above us than there are longs to be liquidated at prices below us, meaning from here I could see this continuing. But do have to be realistic about this. These highs, okay, that we did break earlier today, up at about 94,500, pretty strong resistance up there. We didn't break that very convincingly. So that is, of course, the next area of interest to the upside. To the downside, I mean, we put in plenty of price action to the upside now from the lows at the bottom of this range. So that's looking good, although obviously things can change in a moment or two. Let me just draw in here the fixed range volume profile for you for this entire move since those lows that we put in back on the 21st of November. And you can see that the volume peak here, the point of control, comes in at about $87,500. Usually, the way we read these is prices tend to move fairly quickly between areas of low volume, right? Areas of smaller bars on the chart, on the volume profile, and they tend to move slowly through areas of higher volume. What you can see is we do have not a massive disparity, okay, between the volume in here at the point of control. That is the area of highest volume, the area where the most business has been done. We don't see a massive disparity between that and between prices up here at previous highs, at previous resistance, previous local highs, previous local resistance at about $90,300. That's also a sort of secondary volume node there, right? So I would expect that as a pretty natural place for this to consolidate if we're going to come down further before potentially rounding out from there. But it does look like this is a fairly strong bounce so far already. It does look like we're not seeing, let's just refresh this to make sure that I'm not talking nonsense. It doesn't look like we're seeing, indeed, a massive amount of long leverage piling in on this little up move, which is good because it means that it's more likely that this is spot driven. This side of the chart is also looking good because it means that there's still currently right now more short side interest, more short side liquidation risk. If shorts become liquidated, prices tend to go up because that means forced buying onto the market. Also, take a look at this. These are the ETF flows. We've spoken at length about why we can't read too much into this. Sometimes the ETF buyers, the ETF investors do behave just like retail, just jumping in on short-term trends. But nonetheless, some pretty chunky inflows over the last couple of days. 2nd of January, $471 million net inflows. 5th of January, $697 million worth of net inflows. Of course, ETFs do not trade over the weekend. That's why there's a gap of the 3rd and the 4th. And we are still waiting to see the prints for the 6th of January. But this would equate to spot buying on the markets, building into that narrative that potentially there is some hope to see this continue, at least for the immediate foreseeable future. Something else I saw that was pretty interesting was don't hold your breath for Venezuela's Bitcoin. I heard rumors going around that the US, as well as acquiring a lot of oil from Venezuela, might be acquiring some Bitcoin. Led and co-founder Mauricio Di Bartolomeo, born and raised in Venezuela, argues that the country's government is simply too corrupt and incompetent to have accumulated the rumored $60 billion stash of Bitcoin, which presumably if seized, would go into the US's strategic reserve of Bitcoin. That situation is still so fresh. We're going to have to wait and see what's going to happen there. But I thought it was interesting to see the counter to that potentially bullish news. But there we go. In summary, great couple of days for Bitcoin. Can it be sustained? I do think there is potential for this to be sustained. I like the way that we're bouncing right now. That is to say, I like the bounce from 91,365 up to 92,500 where we are right now. And I like the way that at least for the time being, still more shorts to liquidate above us than there are longs to liquidate below us. I like that we're not seeing crazy long leverage jumping in on this, and it might point to this towards this being driven by a spot bid appearing in the market. Not going to take that to the bank. Not going to bet the house on that. As always, nothing I say should be considered financial advice. Purely my opinion, purely shared for entertainment purposes. But thank you so much for watching. There is plenty more to come. Catch you in the next one. Bye.